This is the PlayFootball.com podcast, and I'm Jeff Fisher of High School Football America. It's Rewind Wednesday as we go back to my interview with former Chicago Bears head coach Lovie Smith, who told me that whenever someone calls to talk about his small Texas town of Big Sandy, he takes the time to talk about that 1975 team that many consider one of the most dominant Texas high school football teams of all time. The 75 squad featured Smith and a future NFL first-round pick in David Overstreet. That year, Big Sandy High School set a national scoring record with 824 points, a record that stood until 1994. However, more amazing than the offense was the defense, which, get this, only allowed 15 points all season, including 11 shutouts. Now it's time to rewind to our chat about the tiny town of Big Sandy, a town of about 1,000 residents, and a graduating senior class of less than 40 students with Lovie Smith.
We talk to a lot of people, daily, weekly. Anyone calls and say, hey, you want to talk about Big Sandy? It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I say, absolutely. When do you want to do it? And, your high school and just that experience, for an athlete, that's his first experience with being in a true team environment. And most of us, especially if we've gone on, we have great memories of high school. What I found through the years is very few guys have bad memories when they start talking about their high schools. And, used to, NFL players, when they, you put up where they're from, their university, but more and more putting up their high school, their junior highs, because that's when you can have a big impact on so many lives. And really, Jeff, that's what happened to me. Mm-hmm. My high school coach passed away this past May. Yes. And I wanted to be a coach, based on the life that I saw from them, which was, I thought, pretty neat. I get a chance to, my favorite sport all my life, and if I get good enough at it, I can teach it to other people. I just thought that was just too good to be true. And when you come from a place like I did, and you've talked to a lot of people, but very few of them. You talk David Overstreet and I are the only ones that know about Big Sandy. It's one of those places, There were 34 in my graduating class. When I talk about small town, I'm small town as you get. But football there, we thought that even though you were from a small town, we said, hey, we have to have this figured out. It can't be much different anywhere else. On, hard work, and if you work hard, you can achieve any goal you set out to. And when you have success like that in high school, you start to believe that. Well, you talk about in the community. First off, he was a mayor for a time. Yeah, and your high school coach in those towns, some of them officially become mayor like he did, and others are just kind of the mayor unofficial. But when Coach Norman came into town, things just kind of changed. Now, in order for us to have a success, there's a group of guys, and I think as you look at there, certain pockets of time, for whatever reason, there's a group, maybe a 10-year group, and it just all falls into play, and some in the water, whatever happened. But Coach Norman came in, and, I can't even exactly what we ran defensively. It's not like we were inventing football. Mm-hmm. But some of the things that he talked about have stayed with me forever. Just, we're going to play harder than everybody, Mm-hmm. Just maximum effort throughout. No matter where you go, this is what we're going to be known for. Competition, competing always. In order for us to play football in the fall, we had to run track in the spring. So just, I guess it helped a little bit that we won. Mm-hmm. And then by the time we made it up there, it was expected. We all started in elementary school. There was only one team. So it was just, when I talk about competition, you competed in the sport that was prevalent then. Like now, it's football season, we play football. Once football season's over, we would go to basketball then. Basketball's over, then it was track. But, yeah, the theater system was right after school when you were young, going to the playground and then playing. Saturday morning, getting up, basketball game or baseball game. Some type of activity going on every day, except for Sunday. And then Sunday down south are pretty much reserved for, the Cowboys where we grew up, You go to church, Cowboys, and then afternoon game.
And both were a religion.
They definitely were. And I'm a diehard. Definitely is business. I've been fortunate to meet a lot of different people, a lot of my heroes. I'm the head coach of Chicago Bears. I've taken my team to the Super Bowl and all that. And I'm the grand marshal for one of those NASCAR events outside of Chicago. All my family went there and all. And two of my sons started running to me, "Hey, Dad, Roger Staubach's here." And everybody, I've been talking about Roger Staubach all my life, but I never met him. So I go down to this tent where Roger is and I introduced myself, and he knew who I was. Oh, man, you're talking about just growing a little bit, getting a little taller, chest a little bigger and stuff after that. When you want the guy that you idolize the most in sports to be a certain way, and that's exactly what he was. Oh, it made my day.
And that's my Rewind Wednesday interview with former Chicago Bears head coach Lovie Smith. Hey, coaches, don't forget to check out playfootball.com for some great resources to help you improve in the coaching profession. I'm Jeff Fisher of High School Football America, and you've been listening to the playfootball.com podcast.